At the Tuskys supermarket in Nairobi, consumers go about their daily shopping. This are uncertain times. The chief executive officer tells the SABC that every day the turnout is remarkably different.
On the 13th, 14th and 15th, we had a surge in the number of customers, a serious surge. We only see that around Christmas time. So what happens is in a very short time, our customers all came at the same time in the stores, and they were buying hygiene products, but also they were doing their regular monthly shopping.
Last week, President Kenyatta ordered a partial lockdown in the country to contain the spread of COVID-19. This includes limiting movement in malls and shopping centers. Businesses are now looking for innovative ways to get the essential groceries to their consumers.
Send your shopping list via WhatsApp or SMS to a number that is Tuskys, your regular Tuskys. The normal guys who normally serve you in Tuskys will arrange and pick and pack that shopping, and Sandy will bring it to your house and you'll pay by M-Pesa. Today morning, I think we've served more than 400 people.
The supermarket chain with outlets in Kenya and Uganda says it is hopeful that the slowdown of coronavirus in China will see their businesses bounce back, even as Europe begins a 30-day lockdown.
90% of our Chinese suppliers have now informed us that they are back to production. And in fact, the containers, the shipments that were delayed in January and February because of coronavirus in China have now been released and they are on the way to Kenya. Our tally is that 90% of what we get from China will continue to come. In fact, our worry right now is anything that we get from Europe and Turkey.
President Uhuru Kenyatta, in a national address, urged banks and other lenders to offer relief to borrowers and small and medium enterprises as the effects of the coronavirus outbreak begins to be felt in Kenya.
What we're dealing with today is primarily a health crisis. And we are focused on dealing with it as a health crisis. But realistically, and unfortunately, it is a health crisis that is bound to have financial and economic impact, and not to the positive, but rather to the negative. And as such, we need to pull together as Kenyans and to see how we shall overcome not just the health crisis, but the associated issues that are most likely to develop. You all know our tourism industry is going to take a hit. You all know our restaurant businesses, our small traders who depend on imported goods, which are now delayed because of slowdown in manufacturing in various parts of the world. And all of these individuals depend on you in one way or another. So your understanding to the plight that they are going through is something that I truly appreciate.
Just over 15 million children are now at home following the suspension of learning in the country. While some schools had preempted the closures, most were caught flat-footed.
That's correct. Well done.
At the Longhorn Publishers' offices, Managing Director Maxwell Wahome takes the SABC through the organization's e-learning platform.
Our content is a combination of assessments, revision assessments, and interactive learning materials.
Longhorn has for the next 30 days waived the learning material subscription fee.
We charge between 500 to 1,000 shillings per child per annum. But we are in a very unique situation right now as a country. And with the COVID-19 virus and the shutdown that we have, we need as corporates to come back to the table and say, how do we support the close to 14 million children that are now at home without any learning solution to continue learning?
With recommendations by the government that parents observe social distancing, Longhorn says the response to the online classes has been positive, with numbers expected to go well past the current 200,000 subscribers.
As usual, maths and sciences are quite popular because those are ideally the subjects where people struggle to read remotely. You want to continuously test yourself with different kinds of assessments.
Kenya reported its first case of coronavirus on Thursday last week, forcing the government and businesses in the country to act fast to contain the spread of the deadly virus. Sarah Kimani, SABC News in Nairobi.